So finding our chair and then grabbing whatever you need for the practice today. Finding, maybe you've got a pillow, maybe you've got your strap, some blocks. We will use our blocks for when we do our seated sun salutation. Maybe placing everything where you want it, and maybe an eye pillow for final relaxation at the end, or you maybe use blankets, whatever you need. So grabbing all of your props, all of the things that you need to make your practice successful today, to make today's practice excellent or good, or maybe you are just present today, and that is perfect. So finding ourselves seated in our chair, sitting ourselves up nice and tall. We're in the center of our chair. If you're not dealing with an illness or an injury, then trying to take our backs away from the chair so that we engage our core this whole time in our the warm-up section part. So we're sitting at the center or the front edge of our chair. We're lengthening up through our spine, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Let's begin by doing some nice big shoulder rolls. So let's go ahead and roll those shoulders out. Roll that back. Good. And roll that. Maybe your arms are involved, maybe not. Maybe you're like, nope, my arms are going to stay planted today. Or maybe you are making some big shoulder rolls with those arms. You can do that. So listening to your body, going where your body's going to go today. Let's go ahead and roll that the other way. So now shrugging or rolling those shoulders forward. Or the opposite way if you were going forward first. So whatever, again, it's helpful, supportive for you. Let's roll it back again. So rounding the shoulders back and then rounding that forward. Woo. My shoulders are tight today. Let's shrug that up to the ears and then release that down and shrug that up and then release that down. Good. Hands can rest on thighs or they could be by your side. Let's drop our chin towards our chest. So dropping that down, I like to have my arms dangling here because then I get an even bigger stretch in the back of my neck. And I like to add my imagination here. So I like to imagine that my arms are even heavier than what they really are. Or that somebody's pulling at my wrists, that somebody's down on the floor pulling my arms down so that I get even deeper lengthening through the back of my neck. Woo, back of my neck, the traps, the base of the skull. So good. Let's lift our head to center, take our eyes to sky. Good. Drop that chin back to chest, heavy arms, lengthened arms, and then eyes lift to sky. Do that again. Drop that chin to chest, lengthened arms. Yeah. And then eyes to sky. Good. One more time. Drop that chin to chest, lengthened arms, and eyes to sky. Good. Head back to neutral. Let's take our hands on our thighs, our palms, fingers facing inwards. We're going to do a little seated cat and cow here. We'll do a little more later, but we're going to do our first little seated cat and cow. So we've got our hands pressed on our thighs. Let's go ahead and round our spine. So hollow out that belly, chin is to the chest again, and a little bit different stretch up in that shoulders, in the shoulders. And then open this up, pressing hands into the thighs. Let's go ahead and round the spine here. And then open this up, opening up that chest. Feels good for the spine. Round that again, chin to chest, hollowing out that belly. And then open that up. Ooh, that's so good for that back. And then let's do that again. Round that spine and open that up. Very nice. Keep that spine nice and lifted and neutral. Let's take our left hand across to the outside of our right thigh. Let's take our right hand to the back of our seat and do a little bit of a twist. So our first little twist of the practice today. As we are in this twist, let's do a little bit of breathing. So let's inhale it here and exhale it out. Good. Bring this back to center. Let's take that right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand goes to the back of the seat of the chair. And let's twist to the left. Add some breathing here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Good. Bring this back to center. Pull that forward. Good. Inhale, sweep this up. Nice big sun breath. And exhale it out. Again, inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's drop our right hand to the right side of the chair, right side of the seat of the chair, and let's just lean over. So leaning over to the right, lengthening up through that left arm, and breathe. Good, another spinal twist. So take that left arm, now we're just dropping that, taking it across, and it's the same thing that we just did. So that hand goes to the outside side of the thigh, right hand is behind us on the seat of the chair. More spinal twist, so good. Breathe it here, inhale, and exhale it out. Good, bring this back to center, big sun breath. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's drop our left hand to the left side of the seat of the chair and leaning over. So leaning over to the right, and breathe this here, a nice lean, nice lengthening through the right side of the body. Nice warm up here. And I am moving my neck. If you've got some neck stiffness, feel free to, you can always be looking up at your hand and looking down to the floor, moving that neck. Let's take our right hand to the outside of our left thigh again. Let's take that left hand to the back of the seat of the chair, and let's do that twist again with that breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's clasp our hands behind us, or hold on to that strap, or hold on to the seat of the chair, or the back of your chair, like holding on to the back right there. So lengthening through that, opening that chest. Let's look to the left. Nice neck stretch here. Bring this to center, drop our chin to chest. Lift our head to center, look to the right. Bring that head to center, drop that chin to chest. Lift that head to center, bend at our elbows, hands over to our right waist. Let's squeeze that elbow back. Just a nice little chest opener, shoulder capsule opener. And then switch sides over to the left. Squeeze that elbow back, same thing, opening up that chest and shoulder capsule. And then release that, shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's clasp our hands behind us again, or reach for the back of the seat of the chair, or the back of the chair, or you've got your strap. So open that up again. Very nice, open chest, open arms, stretching through those biceps, triceps, shoulders. Let's look to the right this time. So looking over to the right. Bring that head back to center, drop our chin to chest. Lift that head center, look to the left. Bring that head back to center, drop our chin to chest. Lifting that back to center, bend at our elbows, hands over to our left waist. Elbow goes back, open that up. Good, and adding in that breath here too. Good, switch sides, over to the right, elbow goes back. And you can add in that breath here. And release that, shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. Clasp our hands at the top. Press our palms towards the ceiling. Oh, that feels good on the forearms. Lengthen up through those arms. Lengthen up through that torso. Make some space here in the rib cage for our lungs, for our big deep breaths here. So let's inhale it. And big exhale out. Good. Inhale it again. And big deep exhale out. One more time. Big deep inhale. And big exhale out. Keep our arms up. We can release our fingers though, but our hands are still lifted. They're lifted and raised. Let's walk our hands over, or walk our feet over to the right. So walking our feet over to the right side of the chair. Let's take our hands to the back of the seat of the chair. And use leverage right here, holding that back of the seat to get that even deeper spinal twist. Since we've done a couple spinal twists already in the practice today, You might even be able to go super deep in this because you're already a little bit warmed in the waist and in the spine. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And again, big deep inhale and exhale it out. Good. I'm looking at my Christmas cactus and it's getting a little bit of buds on it. Christmas time. What? Walk our legs back to the front and then let's walk this over to the left. Good. Arms are lifted. Let's take our arms to the back of the seat of the chair and get that twist on this other side. So good. But that's kind of what time it came last year. The buds came around Thanksgiving. Well, we've still got another month or so, but maybe with the cooler weather. Breathing, breathing, breathing in this deep twist. Inhale it here and exhale it out. Maybe it's not buds. Maybe it's just new leaves. Very good. Let's do one more breath here. Inhale it deep and exhale it out. Good. Reach those arms up and let's walk our legs back to center. Our arms are nice and lifted. Good. Let's go ahead and take those hands behind us again. Clasp those hands. Open that up. Very good. Ooh, very nice. Go ahead and release those arms. We're still lengthening up through our spine. Let's open our arms out to our side so we can see our arms in our peripheral vision. Let's give ourselves a nice big hug. So right arm is going to go over left. Let's go ahead and take that, reaching our fingers for our spine. Nice hug on this side, on the right side first. Good. Maybe drop your chin if that feels good. Oh, that does feel good. Feels good for the back of the neck. Lift that head center. Let's open up those arms and now our left arm on top. Reaching our fingers for our spine and drop that chin to chest. Ooh. Ooh. And lift that head center. Good. Open this up. Let's take our palms or make some fists. Roll our knuckles in towards our wrist. And an exaggerated bicep curl and another seated cat and cow. So let's open this up. With this one, we can get a little bit deeper in our cat and cow because our other one, we were having our hands in front of us. Now we've got everything open. Let's go ahead and round this, elbows together. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. And exhale and round. Oh yeah, that feels very good. Open this up to neutral. Open those arms, palms facing down. Release those arms down to our side. Good. Roll that out and roll that forward. All right, seated sun salutations. Here we come. So putting your blocks where you want them for your seated sun salutes. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big. Exhale, dive it down and over. And we have this nice forward fold. If you want a pillow between your belly and thighs, feel free to do that. If you've got some back issues or if you've got tight hip flexors or need just some padding there. All right, so we've got our hands either on the floor or on our feet or on our shins. Let's inhale. Lengthen through our spine, lengthen through our arms. Oh, good long arms, good long spine. Tailbone is pointed down, crown of the head lifting towards the ceiling. And then release this into forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold our lengthening. Let's press our right hand into the block. Lift our left arm open. One breath here. Inhale. And exhale, release it into forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. Left hand's going to press into that block. Inhale and reach this up. Right arm is lifted and exhale, release this down. Nice. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Press our right hand into that block. Inhale, twist left arm open. Exhale, release this forward fold. Inhale, lengthen both arms. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Press our left hand into block. Inhale, open up to the right. Exhale, release this down. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Good. We can exhale as we press that right hand into the floor or into the block. Inhale and lift this up, left arm. Exhale and release that down. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. You can exhale, press our left hand into block. Inhale, reach our right arm up. Exhale and release this down. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, our hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, our hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, our hands to heart. Hold this here. Hands are at our heart. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe you're scooting yourself forward even more. I am. I'm going to scoot myself so I can get that really deep spinal twist when we take it there. So we're going to do our hinge at our hips and we're going to twist it over to the left. So let's inhale it here. As we exhale, let's hinge at the hips and twist it over to the left. So our right tricep or right elbow is trying to get over to our left thigh. We're pressing our palms together and we've got this deep seated spinal twist, almost in an inversion. Maybe your eyes can look up towards the ceiling. Ooh, that's a good stretch. Good stretch for the lats. The back, the big muscles in the back, upper back, mid back. Good, breathing this here. Those angel wings. Bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep this up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, our hands to heart. Good. Sit ourselves up tall again. So lengthening up through that spine. And we've got that seated spinal twist over to the right this time. So let's inhale it deeply here. And exhale, hinge and twist. Oh, the side. Trying to get our left elbow, left tricep over to that right thigh, pressing our palms together. And again, maybe you've got a little bit of inversion going on. Maybe you're able to look up towards the ceiling, eyes towards the ceiling. Maybe you're able to lower that head or not. Maybe you've got some upper back stiffness, some shoulder stiffness. That's okay. But breathing this here, listening to that body. Ooh. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. And then let's release our arms to our sides. Very nice. You can move those blocks off to the side. All right, we've got our legs. So now we're going to go into our staff pose. So maybe you want to scoot yourself back just a little bit, but not all the way back. Maybe just back to the center of your chair so that you can be able to lift those legs up or single leg, whatever is working for you today. Lifting those legs up, lengthening up through our arms. Let's find our staff pose here and breathe. Inhale it deeply and exhale out. Big, deep inhale and exhale out. One more time, big, deep inhale and exhale it out. Good. We can release our arms down, holding onto the seat of the chair or hands to thighs. We're going to go hamstring curl, leg extension here. So keep our feet flexed, curl this in and extend. There's 8, curl this in and extend. There's 7, curl this in and extend. There's 6, curl this in and extend. There's 5, curl this in and extend. There's 4, curl this in and extend. There's 3, curl this in and extend. There's 2, curl this in. We're gonna hold our next extension, hold this out. Good, making that core work right here. Let's point our toes and flex our feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes and flex those feet. Very nice. We can release our left leg. Let's go ahead and lift our right leg and bring that in. And now we can scoot ourselves back and give ourselves a nice big hug. So hugging that leg in. I like to rock it a little bit because it feels good. Feels good on that hip. Hug that in. Let's go ahead and wrap that left arm around that right leg, twisting to the right. Ooh, man, waking up that hip. Let's breathe it here. And then twist it to the left. So you can wrap your right arm around the right leg and just twisting to the left. And we're going to go into our figure 4, piriformis, hip flexor stretch. Bring ourselves back to center. Let's take our right foot or right ankle or both onto our left thigh. And sitting up nice and tall, you can go ahead, actually hinge ourselves forward here. Find that hinge, find where that hinge is going to let you go today before you lose that alignment. So before your shoulders start to round and before it goes up into your neck and your back. We want to keep it right here in isolated in this hip flexor area, in the hips and in the glutes. Ooh-wee. So finding where you can hinge at today before you lose that alignment. We're going to add in that breath and movement, and maybe with your exhale, as you are hinging forward, you might be able to add a little bit more movement because that exhale can help you smooth it out. All right, so sitting ourselves up nice and tall against the back of the seat of the chair. Let's inhale it here and exhale, hinge this forward. Ooh. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. Good, let's do that again. One more time. Inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. Oh, that's a good hinge right there. Very nice. And then let's bring ourselves back up nice and tall and let's go into half shoelace. So let's take that heel, right heel goes to the left corner of the chair. And let's go ahead and take that left arm, wrap that left arm around that right leg. And now we get deeper into that stretch, into that outer hip stretch, that glute, that IT band. Oh, hip is stiff today. Breathe it here, inhaling and exhaling. And then let's switch. So switch to the looking to the left. Not switching our legs yet, but looking over to the left. Good, and not forgetting to breathe. Very nice. And bring ourselves back to center. Give ourselves a nice big hug here. Good, and then release that. Let's shake that out. Scoot ourselves forward and go back into a staff pose for the other side. So let's lengthen through our legs, reach up through our arms. We got 3 breaths here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. One more time, big deep inhale and exhale it out. Good. Release that down. Hold onto the chair or hands to thighs, whatever works best for you. Hamstring curl, leg extension. So let's flex those feet, curl that in and extend. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Curl this in and extend. There's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in. We're going to hold our next extension and extend. Hold this. Go ahead and point those toes. Flex the feet. Point the 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 toes and flex the feet. Good. Release our right leg and let's bring our left leg in. Oh, I always love this. Give that leg a hug. That feels good. Especially after holding those legs up, doing that good staff pose and then doing the extension. That feels good to give that a big hug. Let's wrap our right arm around our left leg and let's twist that to the left. Breathe it here. Good. Let's wrap our left arm around our left leg and then just twist to the right. Breathe it here. Nice. Bring it to center. All right, figure 4, piriformis, hip flexor. Let's take that ankle or foot to the thigh, sit ourselves up tall, find your hinge first. So finding where we're hinging at before we added that movement and that breathing. Maybe one side is tighter than the other for you today. Maybe not. Maybe both sides are loose today. If they are, that's awesome. Good for you. I don't know if I've ever experienced loose hip flexors. All right, so we're going to add in that breath with that hinge. So let's sit ourselves up nice and tall against the back of the seat of the chair, and let's inhale it deeply here. As we exhale, let's hinge this forward. Inhale it up tall, and exhale and hinge. Inhale it up tall, and exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall, and exhale, hinge. Try not to. I caught myself. I was rounding my back. So try not to round that back. Hinging that forward, using that hinge, because this side is much tighter, I was rounding it. So really, really good to pay attention to your body, even if you're like, I've done this a million times. Sometimes we just let ourselves get away with things. But very important to honor that there's something going on. So listen to your body. Let's inhale it one more time. And exhale, hinge. Find that nice alignment, keeping our shoulders down and away. Breathe it here. Good. And then bring that back to neutral, back to center. Let's take our right or left heel to the right corner of the chair. And let's go ahead and wrap that right arm around that leg. And again, bigger, deeper outer hip stretch, outer thigh stretch, glute stretch. Right there. Oh, get that nice twist and breathe. Inhale it. And exhale it out. Good. Inhale it again. And exhale it out. And let's twist to the other side. So twisting to the right, looking to the right. This is very nice. A good release in that, the back rib cage, maybe your front rib cage, maybe it's all in your hip and glute today. So again, recognizing where you're feeling this at in your body, maybe someplace completely different than you normally feel it. Bring this back to center. Give yourself a big hug here. Good. And then release that. Shake that out. All right, let's move ourselves over to the right side or left side of our chair. need to move my chair because I need to give my legs some space. And we're gonna go into our supported crescent pose. So scooting ourselves over to the left, let's take our left leg behind us. Lengthen through that. Actually, need a little bit more space. All right, so we've got that leg behind us, front leg is nice and bent, finding ourselves in our supported crescent. And the way that we are in that chair, the way that we are supported off to the side, it will automatically give you a little bit of a back bend. So that is just like, that's perfect right there. So we're automatically put into a little bit of a back bend. And if you lift your arms, that adds even more to that, lengthening through that back leg. That heel is lifted, reaching up through this. Such a good stretch. Breathe it here. Such a strong pose as well. Let's go ahead and take that right hand down to the right side of the seat of the chair. And let's reach this over. So lengthening over. Through the left side, up through our fingers, through that left arm, through the front of our abdominals, our hip flexor, back down into our quadricep, back down into the calf. Good, so reaching that over, very nice. And then let's go ahead and kind of bring our hands to our hips, or one hand to one hip, one hand to one thigh, and we'll do a little windmill twist here. Maybe you're looking straight to the side. Maybe you're looking a little bit behind you, or maybe you're looking back at your heel. Whatever feels best for your neck and for your torso here, breathe this. Use that breath, and that can help you get even more of a deeper twist here. Ooh. Oh, that feels good. All right, let's bring ourselves back to center. Now let's go ahead and give our right leg the seat of the chair. Let's take our left leg off to the side. So we've got more of the lateral stretch now. The gate pose, leg is off to the side, supported, other leg is supported. Let's reach up center here. Oh, that feels good too. Lengthening up through that. Big breath here. Let's drop our right hand back down to the right side of the chair. And let's reach this over. And now we've got more of the lateral stretch. So not so much of the front abs or that hip flexor, but now we've got more of our side, more of our hip, more of the side of the leg, reaching through that, and breathe. Let's go ahead and windmill this arm down. So that left hand goes to the side of the thigh or the back of the thigh, just not on that knee joint. So no pressure on the knee joint. But on the side right there, and let's reach this over. Breathing, not forgetting to breathe. It can be really easy in some of these where if your muscles are very tight, it can be super easy to forget to breathe or to hold your breath. Keep using that breath. Good, let's release that. Now let's go ahead and turn this into our pigeon. So our supported pigeon. Back heel lifted just like it was with our crescent, our supported crescent. Let's reach this up. Lengthening up through this. Nice long leg, lifted heel. Let's find our forward fold here. So maybe your forward fold is very small and your hands stay on the seat of the chair. Maybe it's a little bigger with your elbows on the seat of the chair. Or maybe you're working on folding all the way forward and folding yourself forward. You can use that block as support. Remember to keep that back leg active. So keep our foot pressed into the floor. Keep that leg alive, awake, and active. Ooh, such a good hip stretch here. This is a very condensed hip stretch. Very focused on that front hip. Breathe. Good, let's press ourselves up, reach our arms up. And then release that. Good, let's take our right leg off to the side and find our warrior two legs. So our nice warrior two legs, our back foot slightly inverted, front foot facing out, knee is bent, back leg is straight. Let's lengthen through those arms. Strong warrior two, strong arms, strong torso, strong legs, strong glutes, strong neck, but face is relaxed. So relax that scalp, relax that forehead, relax those eyebrows, relax that mouth. Maybe you can smile. You can smile with that mouth, but relax everything here except everything else is working. So arms, legs, torso, abs, back, glutes, neck, it's all working. The face is relaxed. Let's drop that back arm. Take our palm up, peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Reach through this and breathe. From our peaceful warrior, our reverse warrior, let's take ourselves to side angle. Remembering that we're not putting a lot of weight there. It looks like we are, but we're not. And taking that other arm over. So our legs are doing most of the work here. Our legs are doing most of the holding work and our core. Our core is really doing a lot of work here too. Maybe your mind today is going right into that hip flexor, right into that weaker part. If that's happening for you, then you can take breaks if you need to. Breathing that. Good, let's go ahead and bring ourselves up back into proud warrior, warrior two. And breathe. Good, and release that. Very nice. Let's take ourselves over to the right side of our chair. And let's take our right leg behind us so that we are in that crescent, supported crescent. I was like, what's the word for that? Good, supported crescent. Reach up through those arms, lengthen up through that. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, heel is lifted. Oh, and again, you get that automatic little back bend right there. So you don't even have to worry about laying on the floor and getting into a back bend. You can do back bend work right here, supported by a chair. Good, let's go ahead and take that left hand down to the left side of the chair. Let's reach this over. And we get that nice front lateral stretch, front side stretch right here. So up through the chest, through the abs, through the hip flexor, through that quad. Very nice. Breathe. And then let's go ahead and take this into that nice little twist. So one hand can be on the hip, other hand can be on thigh or hip. But maybe working on wherever you could look on the other side, if you're looking to the side or to the back or back to your heel, maybe working on this side, doing that same thing. For me, this is always the side that I don't have as much mobility in my neck as I do on the other side. So I'm constantly trying to work on looking back at my heel. Other side, no problem. This side, it's a little more difficult. So that's what I'm working on so that I have the same amount of mobility, flexibility on both sides of the body. That helps to prevent injury. Let's bring ourselves back, back to center. Let's go ahead, bring our left leg up onto the seat of the chair, right leg off to the side. Find our gate pose here. So let's lengthen up through this and this side, my right side. Yes, this side is giving me, it's tight today. So I'm getting a little bit of cramping. So if you're doing that, you can figure out how, if your leg is cramping you too, you can find out what's going to work best for you in that. Let's go ahead and take that left hand, drop that to the left side of the chair. Let's reach this over and that super lateral stretch now. So it's the real side stretch all the way down through the side of the body, and reaching back up through that and breathe. Good. And let's go ahead and windmill this and reach this over. That's a good stretch. Right? And then let's release that. Good. Let's go ahead and turn this into supported pigeon. On this other side, back heel is lifted, lengthening through this. Let's reach those arms up. Lifting up through this, reaching, lifting. And let's add in that forward fold. So maybe it's the little forward fold, maybe it's the medium forward fold, or maybe it's the all the way forward fold. Oh yeah, this side. tighter in the hamstring on this side, and then tighter in the hip on the other side. So that's interesting to notice as well. Listening to your body, reading your body. What's it telling you? What's tight today? What's loose today? Where are you like, whoa, I could do this today. This feels good. Or whoa, I did this yesterday, but today it's not happening. So just reading the body, listening to the body, and just being kind of amazed by it. No judgment, no trying to fix, but just being like, wow, okay, our bodies are pretty amazing. Let's lift ourselves back up, lengthen back up through those arms, reach back up through that. Ooh. And then release that. Good. Let's take our left leg off to the side. So our left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Finding our warrior two legs on this side. Strong, move this over. Strong legs, strong torso, lengthen through those arms. Finding that warrior two. Face is relaxed. Maybe smiling. Good, nice breath. Let's drop that back arm. Take our palm up. Peaceful warrior right here. Reach up through this. Lengthening. And breathe. Good, and then let's go ahead and take this into that side angle. Remembering not to put all of our weight here. That core and those legs do a lot of the work in this one. And breathe. Good, we're bringing ourselves back up, lengthen back through that. Breathe it here. And then release, very nice. Scoot ourselves forward, grab those blocks. Let's take our blocks to the inside of our legs. For one of my favorites, our wide-legged spinal twist. So let's inhale and sweep this up. Let's drop our right hand to our right block, lifting our left arm open. Oh, wide-legged spinal twist. That arm is lifted and lengthened and open. Feels very good. And breathe. Inhale and lift. And let's take that to the other side. Left hand goes down, right arm is lifted and open, and breathe. Inhale and lift. And release that. Good. Bring our legs together. Place our blocks where you want them, because we're going to go into our standing forward fold. Get our hamstrings stretched now. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over into that seated forward fold. Hands are on our blocks. Feet are rooted into the floor. Let's lift our glutes up off of our chair. Lengthen through those legs. Oh, good. Hamstring, calf stretch. Again, try and root those feet. So big toe, little toe, heel, flattening through that, the arch of the foot maybe. So maybe you're kind of internally rotating here and letting those legs just stretch, legs, glutes, and back. Hands are on our blocks. Let's inhale, flat back, look it forward. So good tabletop here. That's really good. Exhale and release this. Take a seat back in that chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off of the chair.
standing forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Take a seat back in that chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up. Standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Take a seat back in that chair. Inhale and sweep up through our arms. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off the chair. Standing forward fold. Inhale, flatten that back, look forward. Exhale and release. Keep this here. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Big mountain pose. Love that. Let's cactus our arms back. Exhale, cactus. Feels good too. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Take a seat in the chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off the chair. Standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms all the way up. Exhale, cactus our arms back. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Take a seat in the chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off the chair. Standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus those arms back. Good. Ooh, inhale and lift this. And then exhale, release our arms down to our sides. Very nice. Good. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more hip work. So let's take our chair. Let's take our right leg up onto the seat of our chair. And let's go ahead and press our left heel into the floor and go ahead and find, find your hip hinge right here. Maybe your hands stay up on the seat of the chair. I'm going to go a little bit lower because I need to today. My hands are going to go down towards onto the seat of the chair. I'm keeping my heel pressed into the floor. Hands are on the seat of the chair. Hip right there. Get that nice hip stretch. Good, nice lengthened spine. Let's shift our weight back. Hamstring stretch. And maybe that hand goes on the shin and the thigh, not on the knee joint. So you can have it on that nice big femur bone or that nice shin bone, but not on the knee, not on the knee joint. Good, lift ourselves up and let's hinge ourselves forward one more time for another stretch in this right hip and right or left calf. So left calf, right hip. So good. Ooh, good stretch right there. One more time of our hamstring. Shift that weight back and stretch through that. Very good. So the hamstring, stretching our hamstrings, super important for our back health. Super important. It helps us not to overstretch or pull anything in our backs. When our hamstrings are nice and supple, that's what we're going for. Our back stays nice and supple. That's the word for today, supple. Okay, bring our other leg up. Bending through that, and let's go ahead and get our right heel pressed into the floor. Left leg is up onto the seat of the chair and stretch through that hip. So supple hamstrings, supple back. Very good. And just breathing this here. And let's go ahead and hinge this back. Hamstring stretch. Maybe your joints pop like mine do. My hip joint. Totally. So good. And making sure that we keep that pressure. As I was putting all the pressure on my knee joint, making sure we keep our pressure on our shin or our femur, our thigh, not on the knee. And then go ahead and let's hinge this forward again. Get that wonderful hip stretch, calf stretch, right calf stretch, left hip stretch. Breathe. And then shift that back into that hamstring. Ooh, yeah. I don't know why it is. The other side, I never go for my knee joint. This side, for some reason, like,
gravitating towards putting my hands on my knee. No. And let's go ahead and lift this up. Very nice. All right, bringing ourselves down onto the floor. We've got our modified shoulder stand, and then we're moving into final relaxation. So grab whatever you need for that. For a modified shoulder stand, using a block for support underneath the sacrum or underneath the low back. Or maybe you've got like stiff pillows that you can use as well, just for some height, so that your legs can be lifted. If you need your legs supported the whole time, remember to scoot yourself up against a wall and have your legs up against the wall. You can still get the benefits of that inversion, the circulatory benefits of having those legs in the air without, if you need that support, you can still do that with those legs against the wall. Let's take our block underneath our sacrum. So underneath that low back. If the edges, if you have a really stiff block or really stiff pillows, or if you're using books, then feel free to put a blanket over your block or pillows. If the edges are getting into your low back or into your, into the low back, if it bothers you, if it feels painful. Always use whatever you have around you to make your practice not comfortable, but comfortable. So let's take our palms facing up. Our chest is open towards the sky. Let's lift those legs up. And we've got this nice inversion. And you can find stillness here, or you could be pointing and flexing your toes. You could be working on some maybe outer thigh or inner thigh flexibility and mobility, and let gravity do some work here by taking those legs out to the side. Or you could be having your feet together, knees out. Or if you're really tired today and it's a lot of work to have your legs up in the air, you can have your knees up in the air. Again, you're still getting the benefits of having those legs above the head, above the heart, for that circulation, for that inversion pose. So lots of options here. Do what is working for you today, or experiment. Do a bunch of different things. We've got a few moments here with our legs lifted. Really good time here. Really good this is also super, super good for a mindset change. If you're ever like super stuck in your mind and you're like, these thoughts are looping over and over and over. Like say you're, I don't know, you've just got a lot of stressful stuff going on. If you're able, just plop yourself on the floor and lift your legs in the air, or scoot yourself up against the wall, put your legs up in the air, or find your chair and find your block really quick and put yourself down and put your legs in the air. It can be super helpful to reset that mind. This is very good for the circulation, but also for that nervous system. It can help bring some regulation. It's funny, it can help you ground. Even though our feet are not on the ground, it can help us to ground ourselves. Your back is on the ground, your arms are on the ground. But grounding means just bringing yourself into the present moment. Changing something so that you can like snap yourself back into it. Breathing, maybe flexing and pointing those feet. Good. Maybe you scissor those legs a little bit. Or again, maybe you're great in the stillness today. You're just enjoying the stillness of your legs being up. And if you ever need to have more time with this inversion, this is a safe pose. This isn't anything that it's like your doctor's gonna be like, how long did you do your inversion for with your legs above your head? This will not hurt you if you decide to be like 10 minutes or even watching a show with your legs up in the air. If it feels really good for you, listen to your body, go with it. Maybe it needs that break. Very nice. Let's go ahead and release one leg, release the other leg. Oh yeah. Let's take our right ankle, place it onto our left thigh.
Go ahead and press that inner right thigh away with that right hand, the right heel of the hand. Press that away. Get your last little piriformis stretch of the practice today. That feels good. And release that. Very nice. Let's take it to the other side. Left ankle goes to that right thigh. Take that left hand or heel of the hand, press that against the inner left thigh. Push that away and breathe. And release that. Oh, so good. All right, we can move our block out from underneath us. We can flip our chair away from us and then go ahead and grab whatever you need for final relaxation. So if you use a pillow, blankets, an eye pillow, grabbing that, whatever you need. You could place that eye pillow over your eyes. Let's lengthen our legs towards one end of the room, reach our arms, our fingers towards the other end of the room, adding a few inches to your height here. So lengthen, if it only worked that way, that'd be wonderful. Lengthen here, reaching our arms, imagining maybe somebody is pulling at your wrists, gently pulling your wrists. Somebody else is gently pulling your ankles. And getting a really good stretch in all the joints there. In your shoulder joints, in your hip joints. They're lengthening your spine for you. Just reaching that. And if you've got that eye pillow over your eyes, that's even better. You're feeling the heaviness of that eye pillow, the darkness, the coolness. Or my eye pillow, it's got like a little satin covering, so it's always nice and cool. Lengthen through that. Let's inhale it deeply here. And with an exhale, let's allow ourselves to sink, to settle. Let those feet fall open, arms fall open. Breathe. And still relaxing. Let's bend at our knees. Flatten that back, lower back against the floor. Maybe tucking that tailbone under a little bit. And let's drop both of our knees over to our most comfortable side. Take ourselves onto our sides and breathe it in. And then let's slowly begin to press ourselves up, bring ourselves up into a seated pose, a strong, supported seated pose that feels good for you. Maybe sitting, kneeling, maybe sit simple cross leg, maybe you're back in your chair, maybe you're on your couch. But we're lifting up through our spine. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up, bring our hands to prayer, and exhale, eyes are following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Lift our head center, take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply. And exhale. And one more time, big deep inhale. And a big cleansing exhale. And thank you for joining me for the practice today. Have a blessed rest of your day. We'll see you next time.